Welcome to Week 15 of the King of Football. I'm the King of Football. I know all. I tell all. I'm always watching, and I'm always gambling on football. And each week I'm going to bring you 5 games that you absolutely have to bet on to increase your bankroll. So when you're in the club, you can flaunt and you can taunt with that paper in your pocket. Let's bring in my counterpart, Coach Harvey Ward Van Allen. Last week, the coach went 2-3. His season record is 31-36. The King went 3-2. My season record is 36-31. He's 5 games back. He's got 3 weeks to catch me, and we're going to start off tonight, Thursday night football, the Los Angeles Chargers at the Kansas City Chiefs. The Chiefs are a little banged up. However, if you watched the Chiefs come back and beat Baltimore last week, that was unbelievable. Mahomes is on fire. However, the spread is 3.5, and they're going to win this game by 3. Put your money on Phillip Rivers and the Los Angeles Chargers plus 3.5 on the road. Coach?
Put your money on the future MVP of the league, Patrick Mahomes and those Chiefs. They are going to light it up tonight. The energy coming off that come-from-behind win last week is really going to push them along. Phillip Rivers, yes, is probably having arguably the best season of his career, but he typically stumbles a little bit late in the season. The Chargers haven't been looking that great. They had a great come-behind win last week too, but they are traveling. Give it to KC at home, give up the 3.5, and take your money home.
Coach has the Chiefs minus 3 and a hook at home in Arrowhead. The King has the Los Angeles Chargers plus 3.5 on the road. Game 2, the Washington Redskins at the Jacksonville Jaguars. Dog shit game. Both teams are out of the playoffs. Jaguars were favored by 7 points, but they have 0 offense. The Redskins have a decent defense and also no offense. They're starting Josh Johnson. Who? Josh Johnson, the journeyman who has not started a game since 2011. But you know what? They're only going to lose this game by 3, and they might win. Put your money on the Redskins plus 7 in Jacksonville. Coach?
Put your money on the fucking awful Jacksonville Jaguars. Look for their defense to shut the Skins down. This man has not started a game in 7 seasons. And Mason Foster had a little leak, social media, came out and blasted the team and its fan base. I don't think anybody there really gives a shit anymore. Put your money on Jacksonville and take your money home.
Coach has the Jags minus 7. The King has the Redskins plus 7 on the road. I have no idea who Mason Foster is. Game 3, the Dallas Cowboys at the Indianapolis Colts. The Cowboys are on fire right now. Their offense is finally clicking and their defense is kicking ass. The Colts are also playing really well. After losing to Jacksonville 2 weeks ago, they came back and beat the division-leading Texans last week in Houston. Makes no sense to me at all. They're streaky. The Cowboys are on fire. The Cowboys are going to blow out the Colts. Andrew Luck is going to be on his back all game, and they have no running game. Put your money on Dallas plus 2.5 in Indy. Coach?
Put your money on the home team. Yes, Dallas has been on fire lately. Amari Cooper and Dak Prescott have found a little bit of a groove and starting to hook up. But still, the main thing in that offense is Ezekiel Elliott. The Colts are holding teams to about 100 yards rushing per game. So look for them to squeeze down on Elliott and look for them to pull it off at home. Put your money on the Colts and take your money home.
Coach has the Andrew Luck-led Indianapolis Colts minus 2.5. The King has the Cowboys plus 2.5 on the road. Game 4, the New Orleans Saints at the Carolina Panthers. My God, the Panthers suck. Their offense is sucking. Their defense is sucking. The Saints are back on track and blowing teams out, but the game is in Carolina, outdoors. Might be bad weather. Put your money on the Saints to win, but Carolina is going to cover this point spread. They're only going to lose by 3 or 4. Put your money on Cam Newton plus 6 at home. Coach?
That is bullshit. Put your money on New Orleans. I don't care where they're playing. Yes, they had a little bit of a slip, but it always happens. Rarely can anybody play consistently game after game after game in this league. But they came back last week, found their groove. That is going to continue. They're rolling into the playoffs. Put your money on New Orleans to beat the shit out of the Carolina Panthers and take your money home.
Coach has the New Orleans Saints minus 6 on the road in Arrowhead Stadium. The King has Cam Newton, who sucks,
God, they're
plus
awful.
6 at home. Game 5, the Miami Dolphins at the Minnesota Vikings. Miami had an unbelievable win last week against the Patriots. Fuck all you Patriots fans. You deserved it. That's because you win all the time. So, still like Tom Brady. Anyway, Minnesota has lost 2 in a row. They've looked bad against the Seahawks, but the Seahawks have a really good defense, and they looked bad the week before against the Patriots, but that was in New England. Now they're back at home where Cousins plays much better. They are going to blow out the Dolphins. Tannehill's got a little bit of an injury going on too. Blowout. Put your money on Minnesota at home, -7.5. Coach?
It's a stretch, but I'm putting my money on Miami and taking the points. The main reason being is that huge win last weekend. No one is going to convince them that they can lose to Minnesota after you beat the Patriots. Put your money on Miami and take your money home.
Coach has the Dolphins +7.5 on the road. The King has the Vikings -7.5 at home. Before we do our lead pipe lock of the week, the coach and I would like to agree quickly on a game. That the Baltimore Ravens absolutely blow out the Tampa Bay Bucks in Baltimore. Coach, is that right?
I agree with that. And put your money on that game all
Because
the
Jameis
way.
Winston fucking sucks, and at halftime they're going to put in Fitzpatrick, and he's going to suck too because the Ravens have the best defense in the league. Now it's time for our lead pipe lock of the week. The King has the Tom Brady-led New England Patriots going into Pittsburgh and beating that pathetic Pittsburgh Steelers defense. They suck. They got beat by the Raiders last week, man. Put your money on New England, -2.5 on the road. Coach?
I'm going to agree with the King on that one, man. Pittsburgh looks fucking awful. My lead pipe lock of the week, New York Giants, Tennessee Titans, over 43.5. I mean, the Giants put up 40 points last week by themselves, and that offense is on fire. They finally found it, and man, they are tough. Put your money on it to probably hit about 50, I would say, and take your money home.
I totally agree with Coach. That game's going way over. He has the Giants and the, who are they playing?
Tennessee Titans.
Tennessee Titans. They suck, but it's going over 43 and a hook. That concludes another edition of the King of Football, Week 15. I'm the King of Football. I know all. I tell all. I'm always watching, and I'm always gambling on football. Coach.
Yeah.